but it's the time. All right, you're seeing more and more evidence of this place going through what you're seeing right now. Again, a while back, I did a video dealing with abandoned cities, abandoned villages, abandoned places in major parts of the United States, okay? Abandoned counties, whole counties abandoned.
Are they still coming up here?
All right, this is Isaiah 25:4.
Right.
It says, "For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat, where the blast of the terrible one is as a storm against the wall." And this is talking about the Most High. So the Most High, it says, "For thou hast been a strength to the poor." You know what I mean? Even though we're poor and needy, you know what I'm saying? The Most High gave us this word, and it basically strengthens us. It builds us up in the spirit. You know, so like we always say, when these times come, we'll have ourselves together, like in Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. It says, "A strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat, where the blast of the terrible one is as a storm against the wall." And it says, this is verse 7, it says, Isaiah 25:7, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." It says, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations."
That's talking about these wicked philosophies, all right? That's talking about this devil Esau, all right? Especially these wicked elite here. And this mountain is talking about America, all right? This principality. Read that one more time, huh?
It says, "And he will destroy this mountain, and this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations."
And the veil that is spread over all nations, all right? That veil being these wicked philosophies of Esau, all right? So at the end of the day, okay, seek ye the word while it may be found, man. And the scriptures tell you where the word is. It's not in these churches, okay? It's not in these wicked synagogues, all right? We read the scripture on it. It's out here on the highways and byways, on the highways and hedges, in the chief places of concourse, all right? In the gates of the city. And our whole what's it called? Our whole thing is, right, this thing of ours deals with salvation for our people, all right? The nations are going to be under captivity. Esau is going into captivity. The elites of this setup is going into captivity, all right? We are looking for salvation for the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, but only the elect are going to get this, all right? 2/3 of y'all are going to have to die on this side and come back in the kingdom to get right. Okay?
Alright, this is this is Isaiah chapter 26, verse.
I have to get something first. You don't have nothing.
Verse 7. It says, Isaiah 26:7. It says, "The way of the just is uprightness. Thou most upright doest weigh the paths of the just." It says, "Yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name, and to the remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness."
That's when the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness, when your judgments are in the earth. All right? So that means when Jake come back into power, when the nation of Israel comes back into power, then will the world know righteousness. All right? Because the veil that's over the nation are going to be destroyed. This principality. All right? this wicked kingdom.
Some Isaiah 26 and 10, it says, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. And this is why, this is a perfect example of why, the wicked and the, you can't have unity between the wicked and the just, because the wicked, they're not going to get themselves right. This is why the Most High got to bring these compass elites, Edomites, down to a base level, you know what I mean? They can't remain on the level that they're at right now. And the Most High got to bring Israel back up to where they belong. The elected nation Israel, or Israel, ultimately all of Israel, but the elect are going to recognize, they're going to basically like what this verse 8 and 9 was saying about how, like for example, it says, I'm going to read it again, matter of fact, verse 8. It says, yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Lord, have we waited for thee. Like right now, me and his brother, we wait. What's judgments? It's righteousness. For the Most High to restore, righteousness upon the earth, for the laws to be kept. You know what I'm saying? It says, the desire of our soul is to thy name and to the remembrance of thee. You know what I mean? We want our people to remember, the Israelites to remember the name of Yahawah and Yahawashi. We want our people to, it says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me, I will seek thee early, for when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. So we want, just like that's the reason why we out here, because we want our people to come back to the Most High. But we know that it's only going to be a small few, minute number of people that's going to come back to the Most High. As we come out here, we know the majority of our people, you know what I'm saying, they won't just shake their head or walk by or whatever. And only a few of our people are going to basically hear and try and implement what we're saying. Or not what we're saying, what the Most High is saying.
Yeah, exactly. This is not of us, all right? We come in the spirit and power of Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Sham, okay?
This is Isaiah 28 and 7. So this is Isaiah 28 and 7. It said, but they also have erred through wine and through strong drink are out of the way. The priest and the prophet have erred through strong drink. They are swallowed up of wine. They are out of the way through strong drink. They err in vision. They stumble in judgment.
They err in vision and they stumble in judgment. And they are swallowed up by wine. Okay? By misdirection. Alright? By disobedience. By delusions of grandeur. Okay? The scriptures say that they teach for hire. Alright? They teach for filthy lucre's sake. So they're devoured by that, man. Alright?
It said, but they also have erred through wine.
Yeah, wine being the philosophy. Yeah.
It says, for all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean.
There's no place clean, man. There's absolutely no place where the just can sit down, right, among one another and speak right things. Okay?
It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Right.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, right? Meaning, those that have become, you know what I'm saying, more adept to the truth, that's gotten over that emotional state. You know what I'm saying? You're weaned from the breast, meaning you're no longer in that childish mind state. Now you're actually able to you're actually able to handle, you know what I'm saying, the bitterness that's going to come with this word. All right? That's what it means. You're drawn from the breast, meaning, okay, you know what I mean, you understand the sweet of it all, but understanding the sweet, you can now handle the bitter. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of guys out here that have not been drawn from the milk. All right? They hear certain things in these scriptures and they get emotional. So they want to pick and choose things out of the scriptures. That means they have not grown in this faith. All right? Continue.
Says for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Which is how you understand these prophecies and these breakdowns. Continue.
It says, for with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people.
With stammering lips and another tongue, all right? We're supposed to be speaking Hebrew, but we're speaking English. We're speaking all these other different tongues wherever we're scattered, whether it be Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, French, German, all right? We're speaking the tongue of the principalities.
So, verse 12, it says, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith yet ye may cause the weary to rest. This is a refreshing, yet they would not hear. It says, but the word of the Lord was unto them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Line upon line, there little, there little. That they might go and fall back.
I'll let you put it behind the ear stuff.
Said, but the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. Because basically, you know, a lot of people, they can't understand the scriptures. Like a lot of the so-called Christian people, you know what I'm saying, they'll read the scriptures, but they don't really, you know what I'm saying, put it together precept upon precept. You know what I mean? They don't, to understand, to connect the puzzle together.
And then furthermore, they're not led of the Spirit. You see, you have to be led of the Spirit to even get that simple concept. Okay? Yeah.
It said, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell, are we at agreement when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation unto foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Yeah, so it says, so it's talking about Yahawashi, because the Most High set up Yahawashi as the chief cornerstone and the foundation. So basically, you know what I'm saying, we're teaching. Well, you know, of course, Yahawashi, he taught the Old Testament, and he was the manifestation of those over like 300 and something prophecies in the Old Testament being fulfilled. Right. And this is, matter of fact, yeah, this is a prophecy, yeah, of course, talking about Yahawashi. This is an example. And he that believeth shall not make haste. And you know, you gotta have faith to basically believe in Yahawashi.
Faith is given of the Lord. Alright? You can't buy faith by the pound, you can't buy it by the quart. Alright? You can't get it through some kind of underhanded means. Alright? You can't get it on the black market. As the scriptures say, faith is a gift from the Lord.
It says, Psalm Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13. It says, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as his people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips, do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear, and their fear toward me is taught by the precepts of men.
Meaning, the fear of the Lord is taught by the wicked, not the wicked, but like, well, yeah, the wicked, you might as well say, precepts of men. All right, carnal teachings.
I think he's done.
Not these scriptures, not this
How
word.
would I know?
Like when you go into the churches, all you hear is a lot of singing and dancing and screaming. You don't hear prophecies. You don't hear correction. You don't hear the law. You don't hear any of these things. All right.
It says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a miracle work among his people, even a marvelous work and a wonder, the wisdom of their wise men, and the understanding of their prudent men. It says, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a miracle work among this people, even a miraculous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of this slaughter, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish,
For the wisdom of their wise men will perish,
and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid.
and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. All right, the scriptures say that the wisdom of the world is foolishness unto the Most High, man. And so what do you think the Lord is going to do to fools? He's going to silence the fools, all right?
Isaiah 30:1, it said, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
And the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion, all right? This place they call America, like especially you got all these jakes that's in the military right now, man. Look at the state that they're in, all right? Look at the state that our people are in, especially in the military, man, that have made this wicked system their trust, man. Look at how you end up. And it's never in a good way, neither. Yeah, no, sorry.
Can we just talk about the fact that
No, we're not talking about anything. Psalm Isaiah 30:7. It says, for the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose, therefore, have I cried concerning this, the strength is to sit still. Now go write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may before the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
Let's talk about our people, all right? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Jake, continue.
It say, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
That's right, okay? And in these churches, they're not talking to the people in the churches because that's what they're set up to do. They're set up to prophesy deceits, man. These so-called priests, these so-called deacons, these so-called leaders, these so-called prosperity teachers, all they're set up to do is to teach deceits, man. Read that again.
It says, "Would say to the seers, see not,
Right.
and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things,
Right things, the laws, the statutes and commandments, the faith in Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, the fact that you're an Israelite and that you're about to have this entire world at your feet. Continue.
It says, would say to the seers, see not, and prophesy, and would say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits."
Smooth things, okay? Prosperity. Everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna get that new car. You're gonna get that new house. The Lord is gonna bless you with a brand new Porsche. All right? That's what they teach in these prosperity churches. They ain't coming with no truth, man. You're not gonna hear that coming from these wicked ass pastors, man. That right there is directed to us. Prophesy not unto us right things. Because what does the scripture say? The scripture say they hate them that preacheth in the gates, man. Because we don't prophesy smooth things. We're telling you the good and the bad. Alright? We're telling you what's to come, that's gonna be good for us, and what's gonna be bad for everybody else. Alright? Because we're already experiencing the bad for us. We're in this captivity. Like the brother said, we gotta wake up every morning and bust our ass on these plantations, man, which we call them plantations, because that's exactly how they feel. They're oppressively hot. Alright? We're already experiencing the bad. So we're looking forward to the good for us and the bad for everybody else. That's done nothing but experience the good. Alright? The so-called good, I should say.
It said, "Get out of the way, turn aside out of the past, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us." And that's what our people basically say. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Like, they're not trying to hear the scriptures. They're not trying to hear what the name of the Most High and His Son are, or what they're supposed to be doing to get themselves in order. They want to just we're not trying to hear that. That's the attitude of our people.
Yeah. Exactly. Read that one more time, actually,
This is Isaiah 30 and 11. It said, "Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the past, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us."
Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Our people don't want to hear this word. But you want to know something? It's because 2/3 of you, as the scriptures have said, it was set up for you to be perished. It was set up for you to be destroyed. The scriptures say, let them, right? Let them perish that be born in vain. And 2/3 of our people, man, they're going to perish. All right? You Edomites, you so-called white people, yeah, you're going to perish. You're going to go into slavery for 1,000 years, and when that 1,000 years is done, you're going to be destroyed. Your whole seed line is done. All right? Yeah.
Verse 12, it says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression, and perverseness, and stay thereon." It says, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant."
Suddenly. You're not even going to see it coming, man. The scriptures say when they shall cry peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon them. So you're not even going to see your end coming. You're not going to see your judgment coming. All right?
They do really good happy hour. They do happy hour like during the weekends all day.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. It says, "And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers."
Thine eyes shall see thy teachers, all right? When we go out here on the highways and byways and push this word, that's the Lord putting his teachers out there. His mouthpiece out there, man. All right? What's that?
It says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right, and when ye turn to the left."
And that's what we're out here telling you. This is the way. All right? This is the way. this word. This is our comfort. And once again, we're only talking to our people. We're not talking to all these other nations. We're not talking to Esau. We're not talking to the so-called white man. We're talking to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is the way. Furthermore, this is our heritage. This is what we're supposed to go to in times of adversity, in times of joy, and everything, man.
I said, Laura's already done the name. She just needs to write the table numbers. I told her I have it for her.
It's Isaiah 31 and 6. It says, turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. Yeah, so that's talking about turning back to the Most High. Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted, because our power is Yahawah, and our which is the Most High, and his son is Yahawashi. And our people they basically revolted. They just was like, man, we're not gonna do that no more. That's how they revolted, during the time of Moses.
No, when they were out in the wilderness, what did the wicked Jake say? Let us go back unto Egypt, for since we have departed, we have seen much sorrow. All right, they missed all the so-called comforts that they were getting when they were in that land. They missed all the so-called entertainment, the so-called this and that. All right, when they had to go through that rough patch, okay, having to dredge through the wilderness, man, they lost faith. They lost faith. They said, let's go back to Egypt. So that's what our people are about, man.
It's Isaiah 32 and 2. It says, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Ultimately, the main man is Yahawashi, okay? Mind you, notice that the Lord, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, did not come as a woman. He came as a man, okay? That's going to be the main, wow. He almost ran dead into that vehicle. Coming up there. That main man is going to be Yahawashi, and by extension, his prophets, those men that was given this word. Okay? I ain't even repeat this. Alright, no, you got it.
Alright, just it's Isaiah chapter 32, verse 3. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dimmed, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken.
Yep.
So we came, when we were in our mind's eye, so to speak, we was able to see the truth. You know what I mean? We didn't let it, go our so-called pineal gland get calcified and go back to sleep and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? The spirit entered us. You know what I'm saying? And like the scriptures say about the parable of the 10 virgins, I mean, you can't go back to sleep and all that stuff. You can't slumber. It says, and the eyes of them that see shall not be dimmed, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. So when you hearken, you basically you listen. You know what I'm saying? And listening, you're compelled to do what the scriptures tell you to do.
Yep.
So it said, the heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly. So, you know what I'm saying? The Most High basically got us in order to where we heard the word. You know what I mean? We wasn't all sharp as we are, I guess, now to some degree. But he made us to the point where we can preach the word to get our people to understand, the gist of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, to come out here and talk about we might bring out some history. We might bring out prophecies. We'll bring out the laws. We'll get the people ready so they can get enough information and where they can do research on their own and start building themselves up in the
and
scriptures.
it doesn't make it no more. I'm going to speak my mind and I'm going to say what I want to say, whether a person likes it or not. I guess we'll so I read this earlier, but
This is Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee." And that's talking about, when you read the scripture and you have any understanding of history in the scriptures, this makes you think of the Edomites, which are the so-called people today we call the Caucasians that are white people. So it says, I'm gonna read it again. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest," and they spoiled us, right? Did they not come to America and basically steal the land of the so-called Native American Indians? Are they not still doing it to this day? Did they give the land back? Did they try and correct the situation at all? Or are they still basically taking more, like the the pipelines and stuff they're laying? They're destroying the Dakota pipeline. They're destroying so-called Native American burial grounds and stuff. I mean, they're showing that they have no respect for our people whatsoever. But yet, our people don't see anything wrong. It just doesn't vex their spirit to live under these conditions.
See what I'm saying? So, bottom line, man, when it's all said and done, we're not to have anything, like the scriptures say, walk not in the ways of the oppressor, man. Oh, wow. The scriptures say, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways, man. We're not supposed to envy this bastard. Everywhere he goes, he brings destruction with him. Okay? And like the brother said, to this day, man, this devil has shown no respect for our people. To this day. Alright? So the bottom line is, man, come back to who you truly are, which is a Hebrew Israelite, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? Come back to your nationality. And we're only talking to the elect. Only the elect are going to hear. Alright? And until next time, I want to give all praises, glory, and adulation unto Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone once again. And a hearty shalom to all you Akim out there that's pushing this truth and sincerity and the charity. Once again, this has been the brother Lamad and the brother Amatazah of the Enders Near 2 Camp in Philadelphia, PA. And until next time, we say shalom. All right? Keep thy lamps trimmed. All right? Shalom.